Hi, I'm Shivani. I'm the founder and CEO of Tulsi Cybersecurity. I've spent over 18 years in technology and cyber, working across governance, risk compliance, and security consulting. Throughout my career, I have worked with organizations of all sizes, and one thing kept standing out. Small and medium sized businesses are expected to defend themselves against the same cyber threats as large enterprises, but without enterprise budgets, a dedicated security team, or the time to manage complex security tools. I kept hearing the same thing from business owners. We know security is important, but we don't know where to start, or we can't afford to get it wrong. That wasn't the technology problem, that was an accessibility problem. I believed cybersecurity should not be complicated, intimidating, or reserved for companies with large security teams. It should be very simple, continuous, and something businesses can actually use. So I stopped asking myself why did no one solve it and decided to build it myself. And that's how Tulsi was born. Tulsi is a proactive cybersecurity platform designed specifically for small and medium sized businesses. Instead of relying on expensive one time assessment or overwhelming technical reports, Tulsi continuously identifies vulnerabilities in real time. It prioritizes what matters the most for you and provides clear, actionable guidance so businesses know exactly what to fix and why. Our goal is simple: help businesses stay ahead of cyber threat before they become costly incidents. So, enough talking. Let me hand over to my head of engineering to show you guys how Tulsi works.
All right, this is a quick demo of Tulsi platform. So you need to log into scanner.tulsi.com. Once you and if you don't have access, you can request access. The admin approval process kicks in, and then your request is authenticated, and then you get access. You can enter your credentials, sign in. Once you're signed in, you get into the assessment console. This is where you see everything that has to do with the assessment. Now, the first thing, we run a freemium model, which means anyone who registers and gets approved for the platform, they have access to run one endpoint scan forever. And if you want to scan more endpoints, then you have to upgrade to a paid plan, and I'll show you what that means. So if you click on billing, associated with the logged in user, you can see that the target slots one is being used, which means this user is in freemium model. But if this user wants to scan more endpoints, they will have to upgrade their plan. The plans are basic, professional, enterprise, and elite, depending on the number of targets that they want to test. So if I say I want to upgrade to basic, you can basic details, and then you can click on secure payment, and it takes you to our payment gateway, which is where the customer could then automatically make the payments and secure a elevated uh, access to the platform. Other than that, in order to run the tests, all the user has to do is come in and enter their URL. So for this, and then you have an option to send an email once the scan is done. Another important aspect of the platform is that by default, it gives you a surface area scan. But if you want to do a deep scan, which means you want to do an authenticated scan, you can always enter your details. We've made it simple for a layman to understand and enter their session ID and CRF tokens and cookie details and authorization. So they can enter all of that and then select email and start assessment, right? So we again provide choices. You want to stay on the console and monitor your scan, or if you want to just kick it and move on with other activities, and once it's done, it's going to send you an email any which way. So we are going to stay and monitor. So when we say that, it starts the scanning. You can see different phases we have. So we've tried to make it as simple as possible and as intuitive as possible so that the users can understand what's going on. Now we can stop the scan for now and take a look at the reports, right? So when we click on report, it gives you a list of all the scans that you have run. So I've been running the test scan on demo.testfire.net. That's the only endpoint I'm authorized to run because one slot, remember, freemium. Now I've canceled many and completed a few. So let's look at the summary of the completed scan. So if you click on summary, what happens is once the scan is completed, you get a summary right on the screen. No click required from the user. So in the summary itself, you get a headline metrics of all the vulnerabilities and their severity. It also shows all the findings that you have, and then it maps back to your OWASP top 10 and CWE SANS top 25. So if you have done your manual testing and if you have some results around with you, you can always say add manual results, upload your Excel or PDF. For ease of use, we have provided a template as well. You can download this template and have your team fill the template with the results, and you can import that within the platform. And once you do that, that is ingested and it's mapped based on the report that we have. And if you see that completed once, you can see there is an option called as email. So if you click on email, you will get an email. Even if you have not selected at the beginning of the scan, you will get the email with the PDF report. But you can always click on the PDF, which gets downloaded, and then you get your report, a detailed report with executive summary, and you get your recommendations and remediation steps for the vulnerabilities that has been found, along with the evidences that we have found during the scan. So the whole idea is with this platform is that a user or a business owner don't have to be a security analyst. They just need Tulsi platform do the job for them. All you need is your endpoints, and the Tulsi platform does everything for you. So that's pretty much, and that covers an overall demo of Tulsi platform. Thank you.